Okay, this is the thread nest. I realize that this is really the way I work, and as you can see, it's become so nest-like that it's, well, it needs some maintenance really. It's yeah, it's pretty matted. So since I actually keep the nest by my side all the time, and you know, it started out just having little hanks of thread, I end up, when I clean out, I end up with pulling out the longer pieces and sticking them back together in little skeins like this, but I also end up with a lot of this, which are just the ends that I threw back in after I was sewing. And those, well, for convenience, I just throw them back in there, but eventually they become kind of small and they can't really be used for anything anymore. So I've been picking them out and arranging them by color. I arrange everything by color. I like to have it separated. I like that control, actually. Normally I pull long ends out, but you know, I'm gathering these because I'm thinking perhaps I could, well, I'm thinking I can tie them together and weave with them. So my reasoning here was, well, what I'm doing is I'm just knotting them together like you knot a sewing thread, which is just to grab the end and roll it and pull it down. That's the easiest knot, and it's pretty secure. And my idea is that when you're sewing, you can't really do this because the knot gets caught in the cloth. But when you're weaving, I think that that doesn't matter. So I'm chaining them all together and winding them up and making this funny kind of thread out of them. And I have this thought that I can make cloth from them again and use them up somehow. So I did that, and I'm really loving the texture of this. I just wove some regular flat yarn next to it, and again, I could put all the colors together, but multicolor is not my thing. I would like to use this to create colored patches of fabric to use, but also a whole tapestry might be nice like this as well. It's kind of like a very Boro looking thing. You got a lot of loops and knots, and I used an extra large eye needle so that I could pull the knot through, you know, the thread through, because it does have knots in it, and sometimes it gets caught, but it's pretty easy to pull it through, and I think I found a way to use up my thread ends. I like when you can do stuff like this, really. I mean, at this point in my life, I don't really want to be buying anything. I mean, I could be more careful and put closer colors together. But I really like that this is red, but it's not just one red.